Okay, good morning, guys. How are you doing today? Good morning, online. Good morning. Hope everyone are doing good. And how about your practicals completed? Everyone completed? Done? Online? Online, everyone completed? Yes or no? Or IP? IP meaning in progress. Changes will not reflected. It will get reflect. User data. You need to create a new. That's what. And have you done that change? It worked, huh? Super. Rupali, check some configurations. Try it out again. Okay, so those who have done, that's good. Those who have not done, please take your time and then complete the practicals, right? And don't stack it up again. Okay. Can you switch on a couple of lights, please? Not this. Ah, ah. Huh? Yeah, dark में देखना. अच्छा. Okay, enough. That's fine. Good taste. Okay. So the next service today. So what do you think? Which service? You want S3? You want Lambda? Okay. So I'm not that kind of person selecting the services randomly. So what we need to do is whatever the service that we take next should be related to the before one. Correct? So we need to go as per the flow. We cannot jump and randomly pick the services. So we'll get confused. For that reason, as we have completed this EC2, we have launched EC2 many times. We have done so many things. But the thing is here, we need to monitor, no? We need to monitor the EC2 instance, no? Without monitoring, how can you say EC2 is done? So what is the service used for monitoring purpose? CloudWatch. So we need to talk about today what? CloudWatch. It's very simple and cute service, right? It's not big at all, right? Today we'll complete the theory and tomorrow we'll do the practicals. So guys, those who have got some errors, mentors are there for this purpose only. Online guys and offline, anyone, everyone. So if you're not able to do, if you get some errors, if you tried but still not getting it, please, they are hired only to support you. You understand? So please take your time and join and please check with them, right? And again, I'm saying, don't ask to repeat everything. They should not come to me and say, sir, your students are asking to repeat everything, right? So please, whatever the errors that you get, try it out. Try it out, troubleshoot, try to check in Google errors. If not, finally, if you're not able to, then check with them. Because if someone help you directly, you will not learn much. So you need to troubleshoot first. Okay, now? Let me share my screen. Okay, Nana. Can you please confirm? Can you see my screen and can you hear me well? Okay. So what is the service? CloudWatch. So CloudWatch, we already learned little bit on the CloudWatch, remember? So what is this CloudWatch used for, Nana? CloudWatch is used to monitor the performance of the resources, no? Yes or no? CloudWatch is to monitor the performance of the resources. So that is only EC2? No, this CloudWatch monitors all AWS services, not only EC2, not only SC, not only RDS, everything, whatever in AWS, anything related to monitoring, any service, which one do you choose? CloudWatch. And there are mainly two types of monitoring. No? What are those? Basic monitoring and then detailed monitoring. So basic monitoring, meaning which one is the default? Basic monitoring. So what is the time interval for basic monitoring? Every 5 minutes. And detailed monitoring, 1 minute. Which one is free? Basic, billable, detail. So let's start writing all those things first. So CloudWatch is used to monitor performance of AWS resources. CloudWatch can monitor all AWS resources or services. Okay. This CloudWatch, you're writing, huh? Okay, ma. So this CloudWatch is all about three things. CloudWatch is all about three things, Anna. In CloudWatch, mainly three topics. Number one, what do we create in CloudWatch? Which one? Alarms. Which one? Alarms. You can call it as alarms, or you can call it as also alarm. Okay. So number one is alarms. Number two is events. Number two is events. And number three is logs. So CloudWatch is all about the three things. What are those? Alarm, events, and logs. Say that. What are the three things? Alarm, events, and logs. So we need to learn these three things. And good thing is about this CloudWatch also is we will include Lambda also here. We'll include Lambda also. Okay, now. So how to include Lambda here? What is the relation between this? We all see this. And then, and which is a service where all events are stored? Event Bridge, no? We'll include Event Bridge also here. So CloudWatch is a combination of this Lambda also, because I'm taking one real-time scenario and including Lambda here so that you can also learn about Lambda. And Lambda is purely a developer topic, but still what we do is we'll go and little bit work on the Lambda also. Okay, now. So CloudWatch is all about three things. What are those? CloudWatch is all about alarms, events, and logs. Alarms, events, logs. Okay, ma? Okay. So let us take one real-time example. This is the EC2 instance. So this is the EC2 instance, and I assume it has some application inside it. And also, of course, it has an operating system. So if you want to monitor the EC2 instance, we need to use CloudWatch. No, CloudWatch is just a service. And who is the guy who will be working? Alarms. I told you that watch example, remember? So watch is just a watch, but who is the guy who is taking into the action? Alarm, right? If we put an alarm at 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock is a threshold value for you. Yes or no? So if you want to wake up early morning at 5 o'clock, and 5 is a threshold value. So if it is exactly 5, then alarm will ring. If it is below 5, alarm will ring? No. If it is after 5, alarm will ring? No. Exactly at 5 o'clock, alarm will ring. So here also, what we need to do is, we will be utilizing alarms and doing the monitoring for all AWS services. So as we have just learned about EC2, let's focus more on EC2. Nana, can you create alarm for S3 also? Can you create alarm for RDS In all services, in every service, you can create alarms. Which is the service that we have learned in and out now? EC2. For that reason, let's focus more on the EC2. If you focus more on EC2, the same way also alarms you need to create for other services. Okay, now. So here for EC2, can you tell me what are the things that we can monitor? You have EC2 instance. So what are the things that you can monitor? Mainly, okay, you have your laptop. If you want to monitor the performance of the laptop, what do you check first? Memory, CPU, RAM memory, both are same only, right? So here also, CPU utilization you can check. Network utilization also can you check how much network is coming inside the EC2 instance, how much network is going outside the EC2 instance. Network in and out, can you check it? So here, there are few things by default, CloudWatch will monitor. Because what is the monitoring that we have? We have default monitoring. Now, which one is? Basic monitoring. So by default, every resource is getting monitored with basic monitoring. So that means you will get the reports. I mean, you will get the data points every 5 minutes. So what are the things that CloudWatch monitor for the EC2 instance by default? I'm saying by default. Those basically, Nana, can we say CPU utilization, all these are all metrics? Yes or no? CPU utilization is a metric, memory utilization is a metric, network utilization is a metric. All these things are called metrics. What are these? Say that. Metrics. What are these? Metrics. Okay, now. So here, AWS, I mean, especially CloudWatch, we have something called host level metrics. CloudWatch will monitor the EC2 instance on the host level metrics. What are these metrics called here? Host level. So those metrics are these. CloudWatch by default monitors CPU. CloudWatch will default monitor network, disk, and status check. So these are the 4 only default metrics CloudWatch will monitor for the EC2 instance. What are the 4 metrics? CPU, network, disk, status check. Don't see and tell me now. CPU, network, disk, status check. Understand? And what are these metrics called? Host level metric certification question. So in certification, they'll ask, what are the host level metrics that AWS provide? What are those? CPU, network, disk, status check. CPU, can we see this CPU utilization? Can you check the network utilization? Can you check the disk utilization? Disk meaning what here? Volume. So if volume is 30 GB, can you check, can you create an alarm using this metric and see how much size is left? Yes. And last one is status check. How many status checks are there? 2. What are those? System status check, instance status check. So if anyone if it is anyone is failed, your machine can log in? No. So if you want to monitor that, you can use the status checks. So these are the 4 default host level metrics CloudWatch provides. And you can ask, sir, how about memory? Does memory will come under host level metrics? Does memory will come under host level metrics? Yes or no? Say, huh? Does memory will come under the host level metrics? Yes, sir. No. Strongly, confidently. Yes. So you went to restaurant. You went to, when I say that, sir, wrong answer. Huh? Okay. So you went to food court or you went to tiffin center and you ask, no, Anna, what are there for, what do you have? And he'll say, idli, vada, bonda, da, 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 da. You went to which center? Tiffin center early morning. And he has said, I have idli, bonda, vada, dosha, puri. Okay, 5 items. Now, you are asking, I need biryani. I need biryani. What did he told? How many items he gave? 5 items. Idli, vada, bonda, dosha, puri. I'm not working in the hotel, okay? Idli, vada, bonda, dosha, puri. So you have only 5, no? And you're asking what? He already told these are the 5 items I have. And you're asking biryani. Here also, right? Right here, Puri, Chole, Uttapam. Okay, Priyanka is also with me now. Okay. So now I said, what are the host level metrics that AWS is providing? CPU, network, disk, status check. I'm asking, memory is there? Then why you are saying yes, sir? Yes or no? I clearly wrote these are the host level metrics. And I'm asking, memory will come under host level metrics or not? No. Previously you said yes. So what is the answer now? No. So memory is not a host level metrics. Memory is a custom metric. What metric? This is also one of the certification question. So they will ask, does the memory come under host level metrics? Answer is no. So memory will come under what metric? Custom metric, right? Okay. So now let me go right here. So CloudWatch can monitor only host level metrics by default. So these are also called default metrics. So what are those? CPU, network, disk, and status check are default metrics, are default AWS provided metrics. Now, which one is custom metric? Memory is the custom metric. Not only memory, anything apart from these will come under custom metric. So there are 2 types of monitoring. Number 1, we call it as basic monitoring. Number 2, Nana, detailed monitoring. Every 5 minutes interval data points, which is free. And every 1 minute interval data point, and it is billable. Now, is this clear till here, everyone online? So you have like this. If it is basic monitoring, 9:05, 9:10, 9:15, you will get like this. If it is detailed monitoring, 9:01, 9:02, 9:03, you'll get like this. Okay. Done? Super. Okay, now CloudWatch is all about 3 things. What are those? Alarms, events, logs. Should we take one by one and discuss? So let's take the first one, alarms. You know very well alarm. So basically, if you want to monitor anything, let's say if you want to monitor CPU utilization of EC2 instance, CPU utilization is called a metric. What do we call it? So if you want to use the metric and monitor, what do we need to create? Alarm we need to create. What do we need to create? Alarm. So you can create the alarms however you want. So let's say, for example, you create an alarm saying that, let's say, for example, you have the EC2 instance, and for this EC2 instance, can you say if the CPU utilization is greater than 90%? If the CPU utilization is greater than 90%, what should happen? Notification. Which one? Notification. Okay, let's say you have so many EC2 instances running in your account, and when that EC2 instance will be in danger mode, when we will be danger mode, if our BP levels, and then what is another, sugar levels, and then if that is increased, blood pressure increase, then we are in the danger level. Similarly for ECT also, BP sugar is nothing but CPU utilization and then memory. So that should not go high. If this go high, patak, right? So we need to make sure that those should not go high. For that reason, what we do, let's say you have an important EC2 instance database machine. So we need to monitor that, no? So if you want to monitor, what we need to create? Alarm we need to create. What we need to create? Alarm. So what is the alarm that you need to create is, Babu, you can create like this. If the CPU utilization is going greater than 90%, send me a notification. Because I'm the doctor. Will you do yourself? No, right? If something goes wrong with you, will you do yourself? No. Or to you, whom you will run? Doctor. Here also, our AWS engineer is a doctor. You understand? So similarly here also, if the CPU utilization is going greater than 90%, to whom you need to inform? SNS, notification. What is that? Notification. So whenever the notification got triggered, you will receive a notification on your emails or in your phones. Remember yesterday we discussed about SNS. SNS, basically you can subscribe. We can create a topics there and then you will get a notification. So notification meaning you can get through email also, or you can go with the SMS also. You have many other also, mainly these two things. So if CPU utilization is greater than 90%, what we should get? Notification you should get. So which service do you use for this? SNS. You're getting it? So basically alarm, okay, let's say I'm giving one real-time example. Nana, you are handling the account, AWS account. Inside that you have so many EC2 instances. And now there are few EC2 instances which are the CPU utilization is less than 2%. That meaning that EC2 instances are in use or they are not using it? Not in use. So you have been observing this for many days. That meaning no one is using the EC2 instance. What will you do? Is it good to terminate or stop? Don't use terminate options in real time, because someone might have put some data inside it, and if you terminate, data is gone. So for that reason, you need to stop. So you might be having so many EC2 instances. Is it possible for you to go and monitor which EC2 instance is less than 2% CPU? Is it possible for you to monitor manually? No. What you need to do is, for every EC2 instance that you have doubt, can you create alarm? You can create an alarm saying that if the CPU utilization is greater than or less than, if the CPU utilization is less than 5%, what do you need to do? So alarm, generally, good thing here is alarm will take some actions. Alarm will do some actions. Alarm can go and stop your EC2 instance. Alarm can go and terminate your EC2 instance. Alarm can also reboot. Alarm can also recover. Generally, what alarm? Alarm, in your watch also, you put the alarm at 5 o'clock, right? Exactly 5 o'clock, it will ring. And what additionally is doing is, after 5 minutes, again, it will start ringing it. That is an action that is taking. If you're not getting up, then there should be some new alarm should come up. It should go and hit in our face and right, get up, right? So those are the additional actions that alarm is taking. Here also, alarms can take some actions. If the CPU utilization, based on the alarm status, if the CPU utilization is less than 5%, okay, now chalo, alarm and the CPU utilization less than, now 5% has came. What should we do? Stop. Who will stop? Alarm will stop. That is up to you whether you want to take that action or not. So alarms has an option to go and stop the machine, terminate the machine, reboot the machine, recover the machine also. Recover meaning what? If you get 1/2, 0/2, will you able to log in? No. So it will recover from that also. So alarms can also do some actions. Yes. And also, basically, alarm has 3 states. How many states are there? Instance status are, how many instance status are there? Instance states. How many? 6. What are those? Huh? How can you forget our song, favorite song? Huh? Pending, running, stopping, stop, shutting down, terminate. Will you go between stopping, stopped? If you remember this, you will lifelong you'll remember. Okay. Similarly, instance state has 6 states. Alarm has 3 states. How many states? 3 states. How many alarm has? 3 states. Number 1. If the CPU utilization going greater than 90%, that means your threshold value crossed. That meaning it is in alarm or not. So the state is in alarm, red color. That meaning it has crossed the value. So if it is less than 90%, do you need to panic? No, alarm status is okay. Alarm status is okay. You understand? Number 1, first one, what is the first one? In alarm. Which one is the first one? In alarm. Second one is okay. Second one is okay. Third one, let's say if the if the EC2 instance is stop state or terminated because or it is not reachable, and you have already created an alarm for it. The source is died. Do you get the status here? Do you get the metrics here? In that case, the status will be insufficient. What is that? So how many we have? 3 states. What are those? In alarm, okay, insufficient. You getting it? So these are related to the alarms. Is it clear, Nana? So let me write whatever we have discussed. So here, alarms to, I thought alarm is only sound in AWS. No. Priyanka. Right? So, Nana, alarm meaning AWS from a console, it will not give sound. T. No. It is just a display. In alarm, it will show. Huh? Okay. So, alarm can also do some actions. What are those? Terminate, stop, reboot, and recover. Yes, it is. Sunil. So alarm has how many states, Nana? 3 states. What are those? In alarm, okay, insufficient. So it will be like this. In alarm meaning red color, okay meaning green color, insufficient meaning orange color, like this. Sunil, you got the answer? Okay. Can you do and show SNS in practical? Same thing, no? In SNS, from auto scaling, we created a topic. In SNS, what do you do? In SNS, you create a topic and add a subscribers. So what we did is we did it from auto scaling. Can you open SNS console also directly? SNS is a service. If you go to SNS, topic is already created. Which one is created? Topic is created. Go inside the topic and then add the subscribers. And can you push any data to the topic? You can push it. That's what we can do. Is it clear till here, everyone? Online, is this clear? So that is on alarm. Okay, one more thing here. So we have something called composite alarms. What is it, Nana? We don't use it, but I'm just giving additional knowledge for you. Composite alarms. So composite alarm meaning basically, listen this. It's a combination of two states, two status. A combination of, let's say you created two alarms. You created how many alarms? The result of the two alarms based on this composite alarm can be created. Let's say, for example, you have an EC2 instance and your CPU utilization is going very high. Your CPU utilization is going very high, but there is no load on the machine. Is that possible? If there is no load on the machine, CPU utilization will go higher. So that is a fake alarm or not? Huh? It's a bloody machine only, no? So sometimes you'll get this kind of fake alarms. So in that case, what you need to do is, no, CPU utilization is going high, meaning the lot of network is coming in or not. So can we use the combination of network metric also? Use the combination of network metric and CPU. And if these both are high, then I consider as a CPU utilization is high. So if at all you want to do this kind of advanced and combination sum or conditions, then you can use the composite alarms. So maximum people will go with the alarms only. Just in case if you get any requirement of combining two alarms, then go for the composite alarm. Clear? Right down. It is certification question also. Sometimes CloudWatch alarm are on single metrics. Prem, you are asking now, what are the three states of alarm? Do you see that I have written there? Did you join now? So composite alarms are monitoring the states of multiple alarms. It can use and or conditions. Which request, Ashok? Alarm, huh? Alarm data you're asking about? It is based on the how much load you are getting. If you are getting the number of requests, obviously it takes, see, obviously, no, you have an EC2 instance and how many number of requests that you are getting for the EC2 instance, that much CPU consumption will happen. Yes or no? Obviously. Yes. So the source will be user's request only, Ashok. Okay, now that is on alarms. So the next thing that we learn about is here is events. What is it? No? Events. Events and event bridge. So events are now called what, Nana? Event bridge. Alarm has metrics, Harsha. Alarm is just a name. You understand? Alarm has a matrix and the metric has the result. Alarm is just an alarm, right? And inside this, we have the CPU utilization is a metric. And what is the value of the CPU utilization? 90%. So that is the composite alarm. Like this, you take two alarms and the status and the states of those multiple alarms will give the action. Okay, so what is it, Nana? Next is event bridge. Hmm. 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 Oh. It is configuration. It's configurable. So the question here is, sir, whenever, see, alarm can do some actions, no? When you're configuring the alarm, when you're creating the alarm, there will be an option. Babu, you want to get notification? Select yes. If you select yes, it will ask for the topic. And then if you are subscribed to the topic, whenever alarm has done some action, you will get the notification. So SNS is always optional. For everything, SNS will be there to get the notification. If you want notification, select it. Otherwise, no. So now let's talk about events and event bridge. So what is event bridge? All the events are stored inside this event bridge. Is it only from EC2 or all services? Remember, all services. So do we need to worry about all services events now? No. Which service events that you're interested here? EC2 events. Yes or no? So let's talk about EC2 events. I'll give you one real-time example based on this here. Assume we have one EC2 instance that is an app server or whatever server it is. EC2 instance, and this is a app server, which is very important server now. Very important server. And every instance will have instance ID also. Yeah, it has an instance ID. Now, do you remember in starting days I told you this? Okay, let's say I'll give a real-time example now. I have an EC2 instance which is app server, very important server. Is it good to stop that machine? Assume you are a team leader. You are maintaining the AWS EC2 instances. And you have very important servers there. And you have your team. Now, can your juniors or someone who are new can go and stop the EC2 instance? Is that possible? Possible. But if someone has stopped the machine, you should get notified or not? Yes or no? How? Question is nice, but how? So the question here is, if someone stopped the EC2 instance, I should receive the notification. That is in runtime. He can stop today also, night also, midnight also, anytime he can stop. Anytime he can stop, he stops, I should receive a notification. Not only stop, if he terminate, if he stop, if he reboot, if he did something on the machine, I should receive a notification. This is runtime only, no? This is runtime. It is not like particular time he is stopping it. It is any time he can stop it. So for this, how we can do this? So we can do this using a concept with event bridge. Now, every action that we do for the EC2 instance, an event is generated in the backend. Yes or no? So now EC2 instance in which state now? Running state. So that meaning the user has now stopped. That meaning the state will change from running. It will change to stopping to stop. So can we take that catch? Can we take that event? If my EC2 instance state has changed from running, if the EC2 instance is stopping, then stop. Can it trigger SNS? So those kind of rules we can create in event bridge. There are so many events will be there related to EC2. Event bridge is not only for EC2. Event bridge is for all services. But which service that we are interested at the moment? EC2. So if you select the EC2 related events, you will get it. Example, anyone created a volume. Volume related events will be there. Anyone calicify EC2 instance, that means anyone stop, start, terminate EC2, that event related things will be there. Anyone has archive, that archive snapshot, that event related will be there. So all the event categories will be there. We need to choose appropriate category for us or not. So there is a category like this in event bridge called instance state change configuration, maybe. Yeah. So there will be a event category like instance state change. Can we use that event? And how many states are there? Instance states 6. Pending, running, stopping, stop, shutting down, terminate. Can we use any of this instance state? Okay, now what I do is, for example, I'll write it here for you. Pending, running, stopping, stop, shutting down, terminated. Okay, now we have this. So now can I go and if that EC2 instance is in, so now here, if this EC2 instance, if I go and stop, if I stop this EC2 instance, Nana, in event bridge, can I create a rule? In event, can I create a rule? Yes. I can create a rule in the event saying that if someone stopped the EC2 instance, so what is the state I need to select here? Stopping, stop. Yes or no? Yes or no? While creating a rule, while creating a rule, I'll give the source. This is my instance ID. Not only one server, you can give 10, 20 also instance IDs. Whichever the instances that you are interested not to stop. If those are stopped, you should receive a notification. How? Go to the event bridge and what you need to create, Nana? Rule you need to create. What you need to create? Rule you need to create. While creating a rule, it will ask which EC2 instance. Can you give the instance ID? Yes. And ask what is the problem for you? I'll select instance stage configuration. Okay. And then it will ask which state are you interested in? Which state are we interested? Stopping to stop. So when it will come to stopping to stop, if someone stop only, no. So when you configure this, and then we will say that route to target, route to the target. Okay, now what happened if that EC2 instance is in stop state? I need to route to which service to get the information, to notification? SNS. What is the target now, Nana, here? SNS. So we have SNS and we create a topic inside, and then this is our target. See this now? Is it clear how to create a rule? I'll explain this again. So in event bridge, you need to create a rule. Yes or no? What is your goal here? You have few EC2 instances. I can say few also. I can say one also. Yes or no? Let's take one. So I have one EC2 instance. If that EC2 instance stopped, I should receive what? Notification. That is runtime or not? Yes. So what we need to do for this? We need to go to event bridge and create what? Rule. What we need to create? Rule. While creating rule, it will ask, Babu, because this is an event bridge, no, so many services will be there. Which service you need to select? EC2. It will say, Babu, select service. EC2 you have selected. Okay. Which event category that you want to select? Instance state change configuration or notification. Whatever it is. I remember it is notification, but doesn't matter. Whatever it is here. Notification. Okay. Instance state change notification is the category. You select it. And it will ask, Babu, which instance that you are interested? Which instance, which machine? App server, instance ID. And it will ask, which state are you interested? Stopping and stop. And you are routing to which target now? Okay, this has happened now. What to do? Send the notification. That meaning which service we need to call? SNS. If you create this rule and create it, whenever that machine is stopped, immediately this rule will get identified because it will generate an event now in the backend. So that will get identified and immediately send the notification to you. And then for the topic, you must have subscribe. If you subscribe to the topic, then only you receive a notification. If you have not subscribed, you don't receive a notification. Do you understand how to create a rule in event bridge? Everyone online, is it clear, Nana? There is a question, difference between CloudTrail and event bridge. Event bridge takes all the events, each and every individual events. But CloudTrail, the whole entire AWS, whatever you do, everything is getting recorded. I told you it's like a CC camera. Nana, is this clear? I'll give one more example now here. Let's say, do you remember? I don't remember whose name I took it in our starting days. This is an example. No, no, no. If someone launched the EC2 instance, it should get terminated automatically. I don't remember who. Arif, huh? Who's Asif? Arif. Who's Arif? You only. So I told that. So he was very excited. See, Divya is also saying Arif. Right. So what I said is, I told not to launch an EC2 instance. But what he did at midnight, 12 o'clock, he got up and then he said he launched an EC2 instance. He launched a EC2 instance. Why it is shouting? Let me first. If that machine shut down, so that paint will go off. Okay. Okay. So if someone has launched an EC2 instance, it should get terminated automatically. You understand the goal? You understand the problem statement? If someone has launched the EC2 instance, it should get terminated automatically. How? How? Lambda, no. Using Lambda, can we terminate the machine? Yes or no? So how does the, so let's say, for example, in Lambda, you have written the Python script, you have written, but when that Python script, when that Lambda function will get triggered, who will trigger it? Event bridge will trigger. Very good. Who will trigger? Event bridge. So in event bridge, we need to create a rule, no? We need to create a rule. And then it will ask, Babu, what is your, which service? EC2 service. Which category? Instance state change notification category. And now, which state are you interested? Which state? Shutting down, terminated. Because someone has stopped, terminate the EC2. You confuse me, man. Hold on. Nana, no, 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 no. Macha, how come you confused me, Macha? Huh? So, the question here is, if someone has launched the EC2 instance, he should get terminated. So which instance state are you interested? Pending, running. You confused me, right? So which is the state that you are interested in? Pending, running. Then what is the route to the target? Which service we need to call? Lambda we need to call. In Lambda will go and fuck the machine. That means terminate the machine. Automation. All these are all automation things. That's why I said this is related to developers, but still we need to learn. You understand? So in events, we can do so many things, but I'm giving you a few real-time examples. You understand first example? What is the first example? If someone stop the EC2 instance, you should receive a notification automatically. Then you need to, first thing you need to get in your mind is event bridge. So in event bridge, you need to create a rule and select the service and select the category and select the state, stopping, stopped. And then which machine? That instance ID. And then to whom you need to route? SNS. And also another example, if someone launched the EC2 instance, automatically you should terminate it. Is it possible for you to manually check when he will launch and terminate? No. So we need to use the combination of event bridge and Lambda. So in event bridge, what do we create? We create a rule. Which service? EC2 service. Which category? Instance change notification category. And which state? Pending, running. Which machine? That instance ID. And then the target should be routed to Lambda. Target should be routed to Lambda. In Lambda, we have written the termination code, and the Lambda will get triggered and it will go and terminate the machine. You got these points. So, but sir, Rupal is asking, but sir, if we select running, will it not terminate other running instances? That's why we are giving instance ID, no? On which machine that you want to give the target, in which machine you want to act it. So that is the instance ID we are giving it. So it is no harm that it will not, other machines will not get terminated. Correct, no? So in that event bridge, so in the runtime, we can get the instance ID. So for that little bit more development scripting, we need to add. Okay. So here someone is pending and then running. That means someone has launched the EC2 instance. So you need to create a event rule you need to create. That's what I was talking to him. So you need to, there are few things that in runtime you can get the information. So thoda code likhna, you need to write the code. Yes, yes. Route to the target. And then here we have lambda. And in lambda, you can use terminate option. This is the target. Okay. I'll give one more example. Okay, see here. You are working for a company and you have so many EC2 instances running. And all these EC2 instances in the night, no one is using. What you need to do for that? If the machine is not used, what you need to do? Stop. So exactly at night, 9 p.m., all your EC2 instances should be stopped. And by the time your employees come tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, all the machines should be start. How do you do it? Using? Yes or no? So this is how in interviews, not in interviews, in the real time also, when you're interacting with the customers, he will say this requirement. He'll say that, array, every day morning, every day night, no one is using unnecessary, I'm paying the bill. And I want all the machines to be stopped. Early morning, all the machines will start. And as an architect, the first thing that you need to get in your mind is lambda. So otherwise, will you go and stop it manually? Will you be in the office at night, 9 p.m. and then manually stop all the machines? No. You enjoy with your, with your friends at 5 o'clock, go home at 5 o'clock. Why you need to stay at night 9 p.m.? So what you need to do here? Create a lambda function. Lambda function is just like standby. No, remember, lambda functions are just like, you create a function and it will be like this. Only sitting. Only sitting. And this lambda will be seeing here and there. Who will call me? Who will call me? Who will call me? Lambda function by itself will not run. Very lazy fellow. Lambda function itself will not run. If you create a lambda function, it will be sitting just like that. Very lazy guy. Someone should call, no? Someone should call or someone should invoke. What is the word that I'm using here? Invoke. Invoke is nothing but calling, triggering, invoke, everything. Let's say I'm here, Teja is here sitting. She's sitting calmly. If I go and calify like this, she'll slap me or not? Obviously, someone should get triggered, no? Lambda functions, to lambda function, someone should get triggered. So here, in this second example also, lambda function we have created, terminate function got created. It is just sitting here. Who will trigger? Event bridge will trigger. Here also at 9 p.m., lambda function is readily available. Someone should call, no? Who will call? Event bridge will call. In event bridge, we need to schedule it. What we need to do? Will you call it a scheduler, scheduler? Schedule only, no? Same college, no? Okay. So we call it as schedule because I heard schedule. Many people say that also. CBS, yeah. US students, huh? Okay. Okay, all right. So, okay. Understood, Nana? So in event bridge, can we schedule it also? Yes. In event bridge, create a rule at schedule it at exactly at 9 p.m. and then exactly at 9 p.m. because if you create a rule, we can target, no, we can select the targets as lambda, no. So create a rule in event bridge, schedule it at 9 p.m. and call the lambda function as a target. Exactly at 9 p.m. this lambda will get up. And whatever the code that you have written in the Lambda will go and stop all the machines. Similarly, you need to create one more rule, no? To start. Schedule should be at 9 a.m. And another Lambda function should be created, no? To start. And then exactly 9 a.m. This Lambda, this event bridge will go and, hey, get up. It's 9 o'clock morning. Oh, get up 9 o'clock, and whatever the code it is there, it will go and execute. All the machine will get started. So if you want to do this kind of automations, you need to choose the combination of event bridge and Lambdas. So Lambdas are very, very powerful service if you want to do the automations. Automation is equal to Lambda. That's what I said. In Lambda, what kind of scripting that we use? Bus, our favorite Bus, Python. So for that reason, if you want to automate something, that's what I said, one scripting language you need to learn. Which one is that? Python. For that reason, I said in the starting days also, right? So if you have one scripting language, you know to look back. Otherwise, you need to depend on developers saying that, Babu, please write one function for me. Please write one function for me. Because you don't know Python. Developers know Python, or whoever learned Python, they know. How do you know if you don't learn? For that reason, no need to go to the deeper level of Python also. Just if you're able to understand how to write, how to modify it, our great Google Tali is there, no? Google Mother is there. Don't ask me who is father. I don't know. Google Mother is there, right? Go and ask, hey, Google Mother, I want to start, I want a Python code to stop the EC2 instance. Beta, lelo, see. Code is there. You take the code, and then you should be in the position to understand the code and modify according to the requirement. You need to, you don't need to go to from start and write everything from scratch. No. Correct. Veera said, father is ChatGPT. Okay. In ChatGPT also nowadays going, right? You know, the CEO, someone got fired, you know. Okay. Anyways, you understand, Nana? So in event bridge, can we schedule it also? Yes. So we can schedule it. Or have you heard about this cron job? Have you heard about cron job? Noah? So cron job is also mostly is an expression that we can use it for custom. I'll show you in the lab when you're doing the practicals. I'll show you. Basically, you can schedule 9 a.m., 9 p.m. correct timing, but I want like this. You tell me, I want like this. The script, this Lambda should get executed at only every month, second Sunday, at exactly at night 11 a.m. Is it possible to schedule that? Every second Sunday of the month, and that to Monday to Friday, no Saturday, Sunday. You see this customized scheduling? This customized scheduling can be done using cron job by writing the expressions. I'll show you how to write the expressions in the lab. Okay, now? Okay. So how many Lambda functions you need to create for this requirement for 9 a.m. and 9 p.m.? 2. So at 9 p.m., all the machines should be stopped. And at 9 a.m., all the machines should be started or start. And how many Lambda functions? 2 Lambda functions we need to write. Here I call it as stop function, stop Lambda function. Here start Lambda function need to create. Now is this clear? What is a bucket? I'm asking bucket. If I'm what is bucket? You are saying object. I'm asking bucket. You cannot use that words. Container of objects. So I need to say half and you will say half. Huh? So what is a bucket? Container of objects. So it's a holder. It's like a holder, right? Bucket is a holder. Inside it, what we have? Objects. Yes or no? Okay. In your real time, in your hostel, you have bucket. What does a bucket contain? Water. 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 Okay. So you have water there. Okay. Similarly here, Nana, we have metrics, no? CP utilization. What? See, don't see there and see me here. Tell me what are the 4 host level metrics? CPU, network, disk. Wow, nice, very good. So these are called metrics. No, these are called what? This metrics should be in some folder. No, all these metrics EC2 level. These are all EC2 related metrics. No, so it should be inside the EC2. Let's say bucket 2, object 2, all these things under S3. RDS, databases, metrics will come under RDS. So that meaning what is this EC2, S3, RDS? These are called namespace. What are these called? Namespace. What is this called? Namespace. What does the namespace contain? Metrics. Can we say namespace is a collection of metrics or a container of metrics? Yes or no? So that is the namespace here. Namespace. Namespace. Oops. Here, call it as group of metrics or collection of related metrics. Is it clear? Okay, slowly. Okay, now, Aram se. So now we discussed about CloudWatch is all about 3 things. What are those? Alarms, events, logs. Did we learn about alarms? Did we learn about events? Now what is pending now? Should we talk about logs? Okay. So now let's talk about the logs. I want to put only in one paint. Huh? Okay, so again, I'm taking some real time. Huh? So taking, this is the EC2 instance. No, in real time in EC2 instance, we have application, no? We'll be having applications or not? Yes or no? Every application, you take any application, every Tomcat, Jenkins, whatever software you take, those have logs. Yes or no? Every application will have the logs. Every application will have the logs. Basically, what is a log? What does the log contains? What does the logs contain? Informations. What does the log contain? Information and events, basically. I don't use a word called events because just now we have used events. No, for that is the reason I'm not using the events word. So basically log. So if you take any software in your laptop also, if you go to I don't know, maybe OS, any user, Windows or above. Okay, Bava is there. We have a log files. If you go to it, and every software will have the log files. Nana. Okay, anyway, WinRAR. And do you see this here? There should be. There's no log file here. But do you see this here? Like all the information will be there like this. So basically, what it will do is whenever you deploy any application or install any software, whatever you do on the machine, it has its corresponding log file. Just in case if something is not working, if the application is not working, if the application is not running, and if the application is doing some nasty things, all that information will get recorded in the logs. So as a developer, as an architect, as a troubleshooting guy, if something is not working, the first thing that you need to look up is logs. The first thing that you need to check is logs, because in the logs, errors will be there. Why the application is not working, what happened to the application, why, what is the reason it is not working. Neatly, it will be there in the logs. Errors will be there, warnings will be there. If you enable debug mode, debugs will be there, right? Warning, everything will be there Nana, inside it. So by seeing the logs, you can easily understand the problem, you can fix it. So those are the logs. So every application will have the logs, individual logs, yes or no? If you install Tomcat, Tomcat has its own logs. If you install Apache, Apache has its own logs. If you install any application, it has its own logs. Yes. Similarly, here also, you have application, and application has what, Nana? Logs. Okay. Now, in your real time, you will be having only one machine or multiple machines? Multiple. So I'm putting here multiple machines. Okay. Okay. How many machines? Wi-Fi? No space. So because sometimes, many people will ask, sir, do we have only 5 machines? Huh? No. So that's why I always say that because of the no space, I am putting only 5. So just imagine in real time, you might be having 50 applications also. Who knows? And let's assume you have 10 machines at the moment. How many? 10 machines are there. And every 10 machine for scripting also there. Oh, of course. Yes. Rupa, who is that? Rakshita. You have Python. Python has logs. Of course, yes. Java Bava has logs. .NET has logs. Every machine every application will have the logs. Okay, see here now. So I have this 10 EC2 instances running, and in every EC2 instance, we have the application. Yes or no? Different applications. Different applications. And each application has its own logs. Now you are working with me. I'm manager, and I said, Arifa, Asifa. Arif, I said to Arif, go and check logs for every application. Go and check the logs. And what he do? How many machines he need to log in? For how many machines he need to log in? 10 machines, no? So he need to open the terminal, Putty. These are Linux machines. Open Putty. And how many terminals he need to open? 10 terminals. First, he need to connect to first server. Again, he need to connect to the second server. Third, 4, 5, so 10 servers he is connected. How many terminals are there? 10. And each and every server he need to connect and check the logs. He connect to the second server, check the logs. Connect to the third server, check the logs. Connect to the fourth server, check the logs. Like this, how many times you need to do? 10 times. Sometimes you will get frustrated or not? Yes or no? Tell me honestly, yes or no? Obviously, yes, because you have so many machines and each and individual machine need to log in and check the logs. Sometimes you will get confused also. Which machines are which logs? Are kya bhai? What is this? So now Arif got frustrated and he has a feeling that, Arif, why I'm logging to each and every machine? Can't it be like all the logs can be in one machine so that I can log into only one machine and check? Do you have that feeling or not? Instead of logging to each and every individual machine, there should be some place, centralized place, where all these logs should go and sit over there, and I just go there and check all the logs instead of logging into 10 machines. Will that be good or not? That will be good or not? Yes. So for that, AWS, not only AWS came later. So in your market, there are so many tools available there. Online people, those who are working, can you tell me log management system? So the favorite and commonly used is Splunk. Which one? There are so many tools are available are there. ELK is there, Splunk is there, Datadog is there, and there are so many tools available. Nana. And what they do is it will collect all New Relic. That's also a very powerful one. New Relic, Splunk, Datadog, all these are all monitoring tools. What are all these called? And what they do is they will collect all the information from all the machines and place it in one place. And the user, yeah, Grafana also there. Yes, correct. So the user, he no need to log into individual machines. Just go to one place and all the machines will be listed over there. And if you click on it, or logs will be opened in one place itself. So as the third-party tools are doing these things, AWS also need to implement this kind of feature or not? For that reason, AWS came up with a concept called logs. What logs? CloudWatch logs. What logs? You should not say only logs. You should say CloudWatch logs. So CloudWatch logs is a centralized place where all the logs will go and sit in one place. You go to that place and check all the logs at a time. So to make this happen, we need to do something. See here. Nana, this is CloudWatch log here. I need a central, and this is centralized place, CloudWatch log. CloudWatch logs. Okay, that is a centralized place. See, CloudWatch logs, meaning in CloudWatch console, there will be an option called CloudWatch logs. Everything will be visible in the console only. Okay. Now, see here. I want all the logs to get pushed out here. Yes or no? Yes or no? Reply yes or no? Yes. How does this automatically push the logs? There should be someone here inside, no? Who should be collecting and pushing the log? Generally, you have these many people here. I want to know what you people are thinking. I want, like, spy. So Arif is my spy. Example, it's not my spy. Whatever you guys are talking, like agent Vikram. So agent, whatever you guys are discussing, he will collect that information, he will give it to me. Yes or no? Otherwise, how do I get my information? Right? So there should be some agent or not. So here also, we have something called CloudWatch agent. What we need to install, Nana? CloudWatch. On each and every machine, we need to install the agent. What this agent will do? Agent will collect the entire information inside the EC2 instance from the logs, and it will try to push the log to the CloudWatch logs. But the question here is, Arif, he's not my spy. He's a normal guy with you. He's getting the information from all of you guys. If I don't give the permission, will he send it to me? I can say, why you're sending information to me? So that means I need to give the permission to him or not? You tell me now. By default, the agent has permission to push the logs to the CloudWatch logs? No. How do you give the permission? How do you give the permission here? Go back, ring, go back. There is one concept. There is one concept. Huh? I told you to hold on. What is that concept? Priyanka Sarath is giving service name. I'm not asking service name. That is service name. What is that? You're putting your lips like this, but tell out. Roles. What is that? Roles. Right answer. Correct. What is that? Roles. So what is role? Temporary access without credentials. So now, can I attach the role to this machine so that the agent has permission to push to the CloudWatch logs? Yes. Remember, in IAM, we have created a roles. There are two things in the role. To whom you are attaching and permissions. Yes or no? To whom you are. So now you create a role, Nana. You created a role here. And the role the role need to be attached to whom? EC2 instance. So attaching to EC2 instance. And the role, what kind of permissions that you should give to the role? No, what kind of permission? Which service I need to give the permissions? CloudWatch logs, or just say CloudWatch permissions. You're getting it. So like this, the role need to be attached to all the EC2 instances here. No, you understand this topic. So this is Arif's laptop. Oh, yeah. That's why every EC2 instance need to have their roles need to be attached. The same role can be attached. So from his laptop, he need to log into each and every machine, which is very cumbersome and very hard. Instead of that, he can use this agent concept and then push all the logs to the CloudWatch logs. And what you need to install in the machine? Agent. What you need to install? Agent. So see now how many machines are there here? 5 machines. So 5 machines will send all the logs to the CloudWatch logs, no? And how do it differ? Which machine, which logs? So for this here, we have something called, you can group all these machines and I'll call it as log streams. What is it, Nana? Log stream is nothing but instance ID. Log stream meaning the first server will send the logs to the CloudWatch log. There it will create its own instance ID or name, and then it has its own logs, like folder. Log stream is like a folder. So instance ID will be there. Group meaning, can I group all these things in one place? Like app group, can I say application group? Can I group all the machines? I can say one group. Yeah. So that is log groups and log streams. Nana, is this clear? Here, yes, the log group, log stream is nothing but tags only in this case. So, but tags you cannot use here. Is this clear? Online, is this clear till here, everyone, Nana? Okay. Certification question. CloudWatch can monitor the applications also? CloudWatch can monitor applications also? Answer is yes. That is also one certification question. Whatever you have your application inside the EC2 instance, that can monitor. See, I'll tell you. Did you done? You're done? Okay, see. Let's say our application, boom.com. That is our application example, boom.com. So now, using CloudWatch, how do I monitor my boom.com? Yes or no? Facebook.com. So Facebook employee should monitor Facebook.com is working or not every second or not? Yes or no? If it is down, how does the employees knows that Facebook is down? They should get a notification, no? So someone should be monitoring Facebook.com, right? Here also in your application should get monitored by someone, right? Here also, here in market, we have third-party tools like Splunk, New Relic, Datadog. These are meant for doing application monitoring. But here, CloudWatch also implemented something called application monitoring. You can monitor the application URLs using a concept called canaries. What is it, Nana? Singular canary, canaries plural. Canaries. Using this is a new, not new, but it's an advanced feature from CloudWatch where you can monitor the application endpoints. Let's say, see here, don't write, see here. You have Facebook, I'll take Facebook example. If I say Facebook is running or not, that is enough. If I monitor facebook.com, page is opening or not, that is enough. No, we have username and password. Someone should log in. If you are logging in and listing all your things, then only we can say Facebook is working. Yes or no? So how does the Facebook employees will monitor this entire process? Someone should manually monitor it. We need to automate it. Yes or no? We need to add. For that reason, this is testing or not. Testers will do using Selenium. Have you heard about Seleniums? Seleniums, and then these are called automation testing. If you're manually checking, that is called manual testing. If you're automating this process, we call it as automation testing. So that meaning automatically a browser should open. Like how we are doing manual. Nana, if you want to see facebook.com, how do you do? You open the browser, you type http://facebook.com, enter, and then Facebook page will open, and then you put your username, password, login, and then the home page will open. This one we are manually doing it. The same thing should be done automatically. Then only Facebook is working. Yes or no? So for this, what you need to do, you need to write a code. Automation testing people will write it, but they no need to. There are so many tools available. You know how? Whatever you're doing manually, there is one small recorder will be there. What is that? Recorder. Whatever the actions that you are doing on the console, everything is getting recorded and automatically converting the code. See how much you don't need to write the code for this. Whatever you're doing the actions, all the actions will get recorded and that will convert to the code, and you take the code and run that every second. So these kind of automation advanced things can also be done using canaries. So for us, if you know canaries, that is sufficient. So can we do application monitoring using canary? Yes. Application monitoring or website monitoring, right, etc. You can do all these things. Now, CloudWatch can monitor Lambda functions. Yes, sir. No. CloudWatch can monitor Lambda functions. CloudWatch can monitor EC2 instances. CloudWatch can monitor S3. CloudWatch can monitor all AWS services. In AWS, we also have few services called microservices. After doing your AWS, what I told you in our starting days, after AWS, what is the course that you need to learn? Yes or no? So in that DevOps, you'll be learning Docker, Kubernetes, all these are called microservices. That also can be implemented in AWS. Kubernetes, Docker, that are going to be implemented in AWS. So can you monitor those microservices also? Everything you can monitor. In CloudWatch, you can monitor Lambdas, applications, right? Microservices, what is Docker, Kubernetes, everything you can monitor. Okay. So CloudWatch can monitor Lambda functions, microservices, containers, Dockers, Kubernetes, K8s, etc. Everything can be monitored. Of course, you can do database monitoring also. You can do it. Clear? So CloudWatch is all about three things. What are those? Alarms, events, log. Did we learn about alarms? Did we learn about events? Did we learn about logs? So now CloudWatch is over. Done. Injected? Super. That confidence you should have. Maximum it will monitor Sunil. Okay, Nana? Take the screenshot. And tomorrow what we do is we will create alarms, we'll create events, and we'll create logs. We'll work on logs and we'll work on Lambda. And tomorrow, please, I'm informing you today itself, tomorrow class will be extended a little bit because we need to cover all these things now, right? And I'll show you Lambdas also tomorrow. So please inform your, not to wait. People will come now, bikers will come here, and then you have your family friends, ask them to Extend. Okay, any questions? Sir, is a canary a service too? No, it's a feature in CloudWatch, Harsha. Okay. Okay, nice. Can I give a final CC with smile, please, today? Online. Don't miss the class tomorrow, because tomorrow will be a lot of practicals. So that is all, guys, for today. And I'll see you tomorrow with the next practicals of this CloudWatch. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.